welcome back to Ripley Hour, and we are on day 11 of our Merry Christmas book Nook build, and as we can see the electrics are still working. Whew, thank goodness for that, right? So let me put that to one side. As discussed on day 9, and then I forgot on 10, we get to open the advent calendar and we can do this together and see what we have in 14. Where are our 14? Right on the other side. I'm working opposite to you guys, so I can't really see what it is, and I can't get it out either. So we're going to open 14 and 15 today. Oh, can't get the thing out. Okay, there's 14 and 15. Yes. Oh, other side, right to the top. There we go, that's the right one. Let's see what we have. Put this to the side a second. Very lightly. I know some of the chocolate balls have fallen to the bottom of this. So let's see what we have. Alright, for 14, it looks like we have a plant. Oh, how cute is that? And, oh, something else. Let's see. What is it? Oh, a little doormat. A very squishy little doormat. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, I got to buy a wooden doll's house that I can decorate to put all this in. I don't think it would look right in my Disney one. And then in 15 we have a chocolate, another plant, which is very similar to this one, slightly different colour. How cool is that? Alright, I will be back to carry on with our build today. Be right back, guys. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is make some boxes. So again, we have things to wrap around and make, like some of these. This one is the bigger one, the one with, looks like clocks to me. I'm sure it's not. No, I think it's jars of something. So just turn them over. The other, this one came from the gold paper we had, and then also you have some strips here which are going to wrap around. This is for the reindeer along with the ribbon, and you have a box here to make. So let me get this one done. Actually, I'll get these set so that they're on the way to doing their thing, especially if I pick up the right glue. I wasn't that organised. Okay, let's get my beacon ready as well. So I'm just going to put these beads, doesn't matter in these small ones which one goes in where. So I'm just going to get them set up, and then I'll just make them off camera. You've seen them a lot. Just gets it started. She's making all sorts of noise. I think it's because she's been organic this morning, and if I could have given her 4 lots of food she would have taken it. Which is good because she never used to eat in the morning, but the weekend she gets to have chicken. During the week she can't have that because one of my son's dogs are allergic to chicken, and so we can't have it anywhere near him, and he's really allergic, seriously allergic too. Right, let's let's do our reindeer. Now, our reindeer officially, we meant to do it at this stage. Or was I meant to have done it on another page? Oh, I meant to have done it on another page because we're meant to make a train right now, but I haven't. I've skipped. Okay, it says put this on and then got to put the ribbon around first. Okay, in which case then we'll make this box and we'll come back to putting that ribbon. Well, or shall we? Cute little reindeer. So officially we are meant to have made a train first. I'm not sure why I got myself out of order, but I did. And of course you're meant to cut the ribbon beforehand, and they suggest how much ribbon? 2 centimetres. So you just want it going around his neck. And the right side is considered where I am. Oh, it's facing me with the head to my right, which probably looks opposite in the camera. always do that, don't quite go all the way through. I don't know why either. Oh goodness. Now I feel like it's going to be too short. Pick these up and knocking down. I'm doing that a bit today. Well, a knocking down day. Don't like how it's looking. Okay, it's okay. Just going to get him. Looks a bit messy, really. And I'm going to put this bead on top, and that's the reindeer done, which was meant to be before this other stuff we're doing. Okay, we will come back to the train in a little bit. Alright, then we get the beacon, and this one is one just made. I mean, I've already scored all this, so it should make it a lot easier. So I got some little tabs at the sides, just going to get those in first. So I fold everything, and of course most of it go on me as expected, really. And then get those up, those first two are in. Well, they were scored, but they're pretending they haven't been. Probably didn't do it hard enough. I'm not seeing very well, obviously. I keep missing my thing to put the can't even get the tweezers on it. Wow. Alright, we are there. Maybe I didn't score this one. It's definitely given the impression that I haven't. Maybe I lied. Be a little trend that I'm starting. I tend not to be a liar, but you know. And then holding those sides. Now these two tabs at the top here also bend over. These ones didn't want to stay in. Probably wearing the glue that they had. That's probably what it is. This top one's going to bend over too. So then all we need to do is put some glue on all the tabs. A nice lump of glue down there, and then a little bit of glue on the end. I'm not sure how much actually came out because I think most of it's on the paper right now. And we end up with a box. If I can get this one in, it would be better. I just think I wore all the glue, to be honest. Okay, I'll get those others done and then come back and put these. Actually, I can tell you what we're going to do with these. This gold one is going to have one going in each direction, so I might as well just get that done at the same time. Alright, be right back. Okay, so those are all done. And this one's got the little cross over it. I mean, it kind of looks like they've put a bead on top, but they haven't told me to. I have a feeling I probably will put a little gold bead on the top in the middle of where the cross is once I can find it again. Somewhere. Oh, here. Let me go grab a bead. I think I'm going to put one. It doesn't tell you to do that, but it looks like what they... Oh, I wasn't meant to do it that way. Oof. Okay, well, fortunately, what I was meant to do was make a little bow. Well, on about misunderstanding. So, I happen to have some of these. These were given in the kit, and what you're meant to do is put this one on one of them, this whole one on one, and this other one on the other one. However, I'm not going to be using those, but I will show you when it comes time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a strip of this and do the bows how they tell you to do it. So very thin. It's probably long enough. and then this rest of this is actually going to end up being my spares anyway. So what we want to do is make some very tiny 2 bows similar to what we did on the red one. Set this out the ribbon that we did that time. Set this out of paper. So I'm going to get that going. I have it lights to my side as well because I'm looking to do that. I think that's why I probably avoided the train. No, I know exactly why I avoided it. I was on the wrong page of the instructions, even though I'd already pulled the train parts which were on the page before. I just hadn't turned back. Same with the reindeer, that's where the reindeer was too. And then with this, we'll cut that one about here. And we do this twice. And this goes on top of that parcel. Probably a bit smaller than what I have it. And then just make sure it's not stuck together, that you have a hole going through. Try and get through it. And that gets stuck on that parcel in the middle, and you make another one which goes across it. Well, I definitely did that wrong, didn't I? Still looks like it's got a bead in the middle even after doing this, so. One of mine are very much bigger than the other holes on there. This one's tiny. Oh, and I've flattened that one entirely. Good times. I want to do that. Okay, I'm going to go and get this done and get the next one done too. Okay, I actually used a stick to try and manoeuvre the circle parts of the bow. So I did bring a bead in from the set. So if I'm being sure, I mean I know for a fact I got tons over. So like I say, you weren't meant to have them going down the sides like I did. The 2 of them weren't to do what I did and do now. And there would have been enough of this over anyway, so it's not terrible. As you can see, I'm nicely sticking to everything. Back in the centre. And pop a bead in the middle. And this is more of a brass than a gold. Was looking reasonable until I did that. Okay, now okay, I'm going to tidy this up because it's looking a bit of a pickle now. Alright, it didn't take a moment really, and that's what it ended up looking like. So, and mine does have the gold little strips going down the side, which you can't really see anyway, so I should have known that not to be the way I was meant to be doing it, but hey. Right, so as I'm doing everything out of order already, I'm going to continue being out of order. So yesterday I was talking to you about we're going to add some lights, and indeed we are. Let me get these out of the way. To the side. So how I found out where they need to go was I looked at the bottom, and you can see that there's one down here and 2 on the other side. So what I did very carefully was punch those holes, and that's where these are going. Now they say to take a strip of gold paper and paste it along the top here, because I'm thinking you're gonna see it. That's what I think is going to happen. So what you want to do, and I can't see this being easy because it wasn't easy making those holes. I don't actually know why it wasn't easy making the holes. It should have been. Is thread your wire through. This one has an extra hole because I was trying to work out how it worked, to be honest with you. It was the first one I attempted, but I really had to push from the bottom to the top to make the holes, then I pushed from the top back through. You can see it's like really finding it quite difficult to do anything. Almost want to get a needle to it and thread it through. Kind of thinking that might end up being a way, like a wooden needle. Anyway, you're going to thread all of them through, all three of the blue, and these are all blue, and you can put the gold around. I don't think it's going to be overly necessary. You're going to have lots of things around that's going to kind of hide it a little, but if you want to, you can. So I'm going to get those in, and I'll come back because I think it's going to be a bit frustrating for me to air that information on wasn't too bad, to be honest. As soon as they faced it towards me, I could get them in just fine. So pull them all down. I've got all three in right now. And then it doesn't talk about any wiring, so I'm going to leave the wiring for the moment. I'm still very nervous of that one piece. And you want to push these in as far as you can down. I'm not going to go to as, I don't think mine will be as like flush as theirs, because I don't know, my holes just seem tighter. That may not be the case. Everyone else might be fine with it, but mine don't seem to go down very far. I think mine goes about as far as what, there's a little bit further down, but not much in it. So that's where we are, and we're going to need to wire those all up to this switchboard eventually. I will try and get it done before we end the video today. It's just, like I say, going to take a moment because of that break. I've got to be really careful with that wiring. I'm going to be handling it again. Okay, so right, so like I say, what they want you to do next, and I know I haven't done the train, and we'll come back to doing the train. What they want you to do is pop these on your gold. So you've got one here, and this. All of these go onto the gold. Then you, once it's dried and you've glued it, you cut these shapes out. So what you end up with is tiny lines, tiny lines. And they are just stencils. Basically, you stick them then on these wooden pieces like this. Now, I have tried that before. I did it with the Underworld. I'm pretty sure it was the Underworld. And I had mixed success. Didn't have great success. Some worked out quite well, some did not. So you have a lot to cut out and stick, and I'll show you how many we have. We have all of these to do, so it's quite the lot. A couple more we haven't finished, like so, and then what you do is you stick them on. So if you see here, I'll show you the picture of the book. All of these have the little gold trim around. What I'm going to do instead, because I know what my patience is like, this is on the other side, and I'm just going to go around the edge with a gold marker. Maybe not this one if it decides not to work. Oh, there it goes. And hopefully in just a straight line. And these are very thin lines on your piece of wood that you're going to be cutting out. Probably get away with it being about that sort of thickness on there if you use a marker. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around all of mine, look at their picture and compare as to where their gold is meant to be, and go around all of them and do that. And then before we do anything else, I'm going to come back and make that train, and then we'll come back and do something with this. So I will be back in an hour. Split second for you guys, split second for you. Okay, so I've done all those. I actually did both sides. I mean, it's pen, and then of course I had my 2 pieces of gold paper over. The other thing I'm going to do very quickly is put a tiny bit of snow on the top of this tree, which has some area to put it. So one sec. I said that and then didn't have a brush to hand. I'm going to do a little bit of painting going forward of this snow. Hopefully we have enough, otherwise we'll just make some more. Don't even have stuff down for it, like paper at the bottom is what I meant, not particularly stuff. probably should have put glue underneath it too, because it's been sitting a little while, hasn't it? So just something like that. Okay, now I know we still need to make that train. We will. I'm not really putting it off, it's just haven't got to it. So just bear in mind which direction these are all facing. I'm going to actually put this in, and the reason is because we need to put that train in that I haven't done yet. So and I still need to do the electrics. They haven't told us to do the electrics, so it's going to go in on this side. So where you've got that clock up here, it's on that side, and it'll only fit one way, as in the length, but you could accidentally turn it round the other way. Don't do that. Just go in there so that we can have it flat. There you go. So it faces with the tall one going over here. So a little bit of glue. I mean, you can kind of probably use what you want. Going to use going all over the shirt, a little bit tacky. So just going to put a tiny bit on the corner. It dries clear, so I'm not too worried. And it's going to go behind the lights that we did. A little bit more. Shouldn't go anywhere. Double checking myself again. I've done this a few times. Now the train that we are going to build is going to go on the inside of the plastic, which is why you want to get this in, because you will not you want to be above this area, and it would be hard to see any other way. So you're actually going to be wanting it stuck on the inside of this plastic, but above this, which would be very hard to do without that in first. Alright, so that goes in. I'm going to do a couple of other things in that I have to hand. So we need this one with the snow. Oh, there's another one with snow. I did not know this. I also painted the stars totally gold, by the way. Which is the other one with snow then? Oh, there we go. Alright, so we're going to have the tall one over here next to the light. I'm going to put these in. And then we can put some snow at the bottom, and that can be a setting. Oh, I did say I wanted to put glue down, didn't I? And then I forgot. We'll see if it sets. It may. Okay, so let's get these in. So this is where my doubt comes from on the whether you needed to really put that gold strip around the lights, because it's going to be hidden with snow in reality, and a little bit on the back too. I mean, there's looks like there's a little gap, but there's not wouldn't be enough gap to make that a feasible option really, because it also needs to be quite far back because of other things which will be coming in. So next to the light there, and then the other one with snow. I'm just going to go in. Like I say, I did paint gold on both sides. I wasn't sure what would end up showing and what wouldn't, so it was like, wow. And this one doesn't go next to the light, it goes a little bit further away and in. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. One more time then. So, somewhere like, where do they have it? They have it in between the little loop there. So, something like so. Good, good, good. Okay, should be okay. Then we are taking our reindeer, and that's going to go in, and then we're going to put snow down all on the bottom here. So I'm going to get some glue down for it this time because I'm going to remember. And we also have gifts and things to go in, but the gifts kind of, do they sit on top of the snow? Not really. So he's got his face slightly in front of the tree. I'm doing good. Hands all over the show, obviously. Slightly in front of the tree, I say. That's a tiny tree, isn't it? Compared to him. Okay. Now, while that's setting, actually let's put the snow in and then we were going to make this train. I'm not procrastinating it, I'm really not. So we have lots of presents going around the base of this tree. How's that even going to fit? Let's get this one in. Goes in between here. And then we'll put snow around it afterwards. Okay, it did fit. I had my moments of doubt. And then actually we'll put the others in. Wasn't going to, but I'm going to have the green one first. Okay, it's the right way up. And then this one on top. And just fits with this, you know. Then we have the big one going over here. The gold one next to it. I think they seem to have more space than I do. I guess. I'm going to push these down more. All of it. Oh, it's started to take too. So I'll push everything down more. He didn't want to go there anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, he doesn't want to go there now. And this one can fit in there. And he can go here. Right. Now we get this snow done. We put the lid on, and then we'll make the train, and we can get this done. Now, this one also has in it one of the branches. This one. Oh, it has both of the branches. I didn't spot that. Okay. This one goes there. Don't know where my other branch has gone. It's disappeared. And this goes into the corner, like so. Oh, let me go find the other one. Well, I have absolutely no idea. So it's going to be, if I find it, I will put it in if I manage to do that before I put the front on. So I'm just trying to get this in a better position. Like that would be good. So I don't know. There we go. How weird. And it's nowhere it should be. Which means it fell on the floor and I didn't notice, which I'm normally pretty good at noticing. Or it... and got eaten, of course. I mean, a piece that size wouldn't be eaten by the carpet monster, it'd be eaten by Juliet. I mean, it was a good size. I would still check around though. Come on. Should be taken. And I'm just going to put some of this all around, get some snow on it, get on with our train. I know I keep talking about the train. I don't want to forget. I'm not particularly reminding you guys, I'm reminding myself. He does not want to stay on, does he? Oop. Got a whole string going on. We want to make sure we don't go over the edge. I know I got a great big glob of glue there too. We don't want to go over the edge at all. Oh, come on. You. Stop it. You just stay there. Be a good tree. I was doing medication tomorrow, so maybe I picked it up with some of my boxes. That's possible. Which means I should check the bin too, because that's where the empty ones went in. Maybe I just put them in there. But I want to get this snow down, get on with the train, and then I will worry about it after that. I didn't even spot they'd put those trees in until just a second ago. Right, so we want snow everywhere. You're not seeing too much of this. That wasn't much in. Just make sure it's on the inside, because it does dry quite hard and it'll make it difficult to put the outer row on. Right, I'm going to get on and do this and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and that is what it ended up looking like. I found that tree piece. It was underneath my mouse pad of all the places for it to go. So that's just sitting there. We are going to do this train. We still have other things to put inside there. We have some beads and that sort of thing to go in. But let's get this train underway. Let's get the paper back in. And let me turn back a page, because I'm a page ahead now, because that's the way I rolled obviously today. Okay, so we have quite a few pieces, as you can see, lots of pieces. And I'm going to use some wire too. Still got glue on me. And we are first of all putting these two pieces together. Like so, and then we are going to put these on there. So I'm going to get those stuck together. And get all of these pieces cut out, ready to go. So this one is to cover both sides of here. We need that for this, I believe. It might be for this one. It's one of them. This one probably is for this one actually. Then we have these for the cars that we're going to be doing. Are these going in double? Yeah, so let's get those going then. These are going to be the cars. So there's one engine and two cars. Why have we got three then? How weird, don't know. Oh, I'm holding them together without one in my hand. That's smart. So just match them up. Make sure they're even. And then do this next one. And then we'll get the paper all cut out, and these should all have taken by then, because it is going to take me a moment. And there's three of them. They show three, then they show two. It's confusing to my head. And you can see this is going to be our side, and these are the wheels of the train. There's a lot of them. They look like they have colour on one side of these, but I don't think they do. Interesting. Okay, so once you're happy with those, go off and do your cutting. I'll be back in a second for you. Just going to line this one up better. I'll make sure this one's lined up. Seems a little bowed, this one. Doesn't quite marry as well as it should. Maybe that's it. And then slightly off. Okay. Right, gonna get this stuff cut. Okay, it took a moment or two. So, I leant over to turn the light on and knocked my whole page, so we'll see what's missing. I picked up what I could find. Of course. Right, so I'm going to start with our train front, which consists of putting these papers on and then get glue out of here. I can feel it coming. There we go. So first things first, you want to keep going, don't you, when it finally starts? Okay. And it has a string. Okay, I'll hold it in my hand then. I was going to put it in a pot, but the pot's not deep enough to make it stand upright. Okay, just pop that on like so. Pretty close. Okay, turn it over. And then I'm going to let that sit for a second on here while we do the rest and come back and do the wraparound part in the wheels. Let's get that pop. It took a moment to cut all that cutting out, you know. So if you're looking at how long this build takes, add an hour onto that one. And does it go all the way around? I know we're going to put this on the top, but I'm not sure if this goes all the way, so we'll leave that for a moment along with this. Actually, we put the covers on here. So you want, where did it go? Over here. Come on. That's been very silly. So let's put one here. And then they've got two facing the same way in the pattern. That doesn't make any sense. Because surely, you know, this one pointing outwards, like so, and the other one pointing outwards from this way. Maybe that is, I guess it is the same. Well, you know what I was saying there, don't you? I mean, obviously, I'm not right in this case, but, you know, I don't think. So what I'm doing at the moment is getting all the base things on. This one has tiny white strips to it. And then we'll have a little bit less on the table. Okay, one more. And that's to go around the outside, this one, which is red. And then those two are like we do when we've done suitcases on other wheels, where you're doing straps basically around them, and that's what this is going to have. It's going to have a couple of little straps around it. Get this dry. Okay, let's make sure that this is all on okay. Looks alright. Not perfect, but okay. Then we need to do these, one each side for all of them. So, like so. Turn it over. So again, both sides for this. I had it all lined up before I knocked it all. My cardigan dragged on a piece of paper, so it knocked everything off. It looks like I might be missing one of those. You can see that. Okay, so I can do both sides at the same time. That's one. Turn it over. Two. A lot of work for a little train. Okay. And the little one. I have to take the lid off and it's already off. Oh, can I get tissue? Yeah, just about. Make one, put my hand straight in it. Two. That's these wee ones over here. Alright, and that went where? Yeah, it definitely looks like there's one of those missing. But for what they do, to be honest with you, it's probably not the be all and end all. Okay. Right. And now that's done, we can go back to this one and put this on. So, I think we will start underneath here, which is kind of where they start. And there are no lines on here to fold, so we have to do our own. So something like that. Okay, right, let's just stick it on. Trying to see where it's meant to go. Okay. back. And then up this end. And I think you don't do the top, but let's see what happens. It might go onto the top. It does, you know. But only some of. It doesn't matter because the top has gonna have a lid to it. Push them right into the edges here, and then get this white top on. Which goes all the way around, like a little parcel lid really. Pressed in the right places. I could have folded this, but I didn't. Just pop that underneath on the ends. Okay, right, I'm going to get the rest of this done. So I'll leave these circles there for the wheels on these until we come back, but I'll get the rest of it done. Okay, so I found that piece, so I managed to get that on. So now this little one with the white lines, which do not go on the bottom, they just go up the sides and around. I've never worn so much glue for a while. Then pop this on, go careful in case your wheels are still wet, which mine will be, and this just sits on in the middle at the front. Everything's still a little wet there. So like so, and that will be our chimney, which looks very crooked. I think one of these white pieces are making it not sit straight. Oh, she needs to go out. Hold on. Okay, we won't be doing anything more to the engine, but what we will be doing is turning these up, and in the troughs here, so there's like a trough you can sit on this one, then we are going to be adding wheels for each side. I think I've got enough. We will find out. We will be needing that gold as well very soon. Don't need much of it. Well, girl, are you sure it was worth letting you out? That was a split second out there. So this one's lost its wheel, so probably a bit handy. And then just push these in. Should go behind the paper. Do very well with this. There we go. Oh, almost. It would have been if it had stayed where it was meant to go. Okay, this one I've lost my wheel paper. Let's fish that back out if I can. There we go. and just go ahead and put all 12 in. So I'll back when I've done that. Okay, all the pieces of wood for the wheels are different colour, and if when you put that outer rail back your paper creases, which mine did on several, then you just very much won't have much of a wheel to show. Like this one's really knackered, really. It's not very good. I'm going to use B7000. Where are you? For it. Right, last part for the train before we put it on is to add some metal rods at the back so it looks like it's all connected. Okay, so what you want is you want not the small one. You do not want your small one, which is handy because I've just glued that. Oh my goodness. But what you do need is tiny pieces of this metal, and you are going to put 2 on the back of each. There's one of these over, by the way. Carriage can go over there. So get your clippers. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. Do they give a measurement? That's the thing. 0.3 centimetres. So there's 1. 2. We need 6. For me, it's about the width of my tweezers when it wants to come off them. There we go. So just a bit bigger actually. Four, 5, and 6. I think that's 6. And what we are going to do, let's have a look at these. No, that's too sticky. Let's try this one. Is put a little bit of B7000 on the back of our train, which I think does look very good actually. I'm quite happy with how the train looks. My eyes have been really struggling on this train. And you want it to go on the end of our train, which I don't think those tweezers are any good after all. There's one. A bit of manipulation there. Right, just one more to go. And then we have to do that to these 2 and leave the little one. That one doesn't have one. Show you what it's like, and then I'll struggle with the others and not take up your time. And then it's ready once it's dry to go inside the model, the book Nook, and it just needs a couple of beads and it will be done. That one side, I think, or that's where we will stop. Probably another couple of beads. I will show you. So something like that with the 2, what's it focusing on? The 2 basically gold pieces at the end. And that's what we want to do with the other 2 as well. So leave me to it, and I will be back when everything is dry and ready to put into the plastic, and we might have time to put in the extra beads. Back in a bit. Okay, and this is what we ended up with, which I actually think looks very, very, very cute. I also got some, I was going to say I'm missing a wheel, but I think it was an extra one. I also got the beads out ready so we can finish this side, and then we will call it a day. So I think the best bet is to lie it down, and you want the train facing towards the mirror, for all I can tell. Let's see. It's kind of a bit tricky to tell where it is. Oh, that tree is very crooked. Might be a bit late to do much about that. I might just have a very crooked Christmas tree there. Anyway, you want the train facing to here. So you want the main car, which got stuck together. So let's put this in. So I think we want it to take quite quick. I have to sort that tree out at some point because it's going to bother me that it's gone crooked. So you want it that the train is lifted slightly. So just putting it in like that, and then having the carts going behind it in size order so that the metal is facing always away, ready to catch the next cart. So I'm going to do it at a slight angle, can't see what I'm doing, something like that. And the next one. Something like so. And the last one, which doesn't have any metal on. So something like that. Okay, then give that a second. So it ends up looking something like that. And then we just have a few beads to put in and we call it for today. Okay, this is what we have. So not sure how well I'm going to be able to show this. So straighten up that tree somewhat because it was very crooked. We are going to use a big bead into this far corner, like so. Sorry, the dogs haven't seen each other, I've been out longer. Okay, and then on the side of this one goes a small brass one. So this one. And a pearl one called medium in its description. Then one of these red ones, and that's going to be this one, the smaller one of the two, which is going to fit here. What you're doing is kind of hiding the light a bit, really, except they've all got stuck to me right now. Really got stuck to me rather than where I want them to be. Something like so. Okay, followed by a pearl one on top of the present here and a gold one next to it. go fish or something with the beads. Then I thought there was something else. I thought there was like a star or something, but I don't see it now. And a see-through one between the reindeer's legs. So down here. Got a glue strand on the reindeer, which we don't particularly want. Get rid of that. Or as best I can at this time. And on the green one, where did they go? We have our star on top of the green one here, which is one of these paper things. One I tried to put on top of the tree, actually, one of them. Like so. So it's facing forward. And also on top of this gold one, the same. The other star looking thing. Doesn't look very gold coloured. Something like so, if it'll let go of me. Then another red one at the trunk of this tree. It's not red. Like so. And then sun basically mounted up around this light, and that is it. So I could have one here, one here. Basically you're just hiding the light, similar to what we did on the other side, and one like that. Okay, and that we will leave it for today. So let me let you know what we're going to be doing tomorrow and what we have so far achieved. So we've actually achieved quite a lot. Glue all over me. Ooh. So we have our train. So different angle today for our screenshot. We have our train here, which is reflecting lovely on the screen there. There we have all our pieces ready to rock and roll as well. So these are all ready to go. Okay, so what will we be doing tomorrow? So we will be finishing up this. We will be making some beads which will hang down on the inside of here. And then we will be putting another plastic sheet in on the outside of this. So once it's done, then we put another plastic sheet in on there, which will hold all that in place. Then we'll be moving on to the other side, where we haven't done anything on the outside really yet, and we'll just be adding the little bit of decorations we have left, along with some extra beads, and yeah, basically the extra beads. Then we'll be doing some more hanging things, which I'll probably all do in one go because I don't like doing them. And then we'll be putting on the other plastic and finishing that side. So the aim tomorrow is to get this side totally finished, and make a start on the other side, the far side. All right, so any comments are very much appreciated. I do think it is looking rather delightful. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. Most of all, take care of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye now.